Welcome back. Let's look at question 4, which will be integrated topics between measurements, maps and scale, and a little bit of probability. First example. Sandton, a suburb in Gauteng, is the richest square mile in Africa. The land size of Sandton is approximately 51,68 square miles. Note that 1 square mile is 2,56 kilometers squared and a mile is 1,6 kilometers. Just something that is quite interesting. Sandton is this year, which is 2023, 150 years old. They are celebrating the 150th birthday this year. But anyways, convert the area to kilometers squared, rounded to 3 decimal places. Now remember, rounding is usually in context, but here they specified we need 3 decimal places, meaning that you will get penalized if you don't do that. So what you're going to say is each mile is 2,56, well, each squared mile is 2,56 squared, and they give us it in squared miles, so we will say 51, so it's going to be 51,68 times 2,56. Let's look at another example and do some probability. Now, Mr. Jonathan and his wife plans to have 2 children. Study the diagram below. Well, alongside in this case. This is the diagram. Now, the question asks, identify the type of diagram shown. Now, guys and girls, this is a tree diagram. Now remember, it will start there by the first child is either a girl or a boy. That's the first child. And this is the second child. If you have a girl, you can have another girl or you can have a boy. And on the flip side, if your firstborn is a boy, you can still have a girl or a boy. And that is how you read your tree diagram. This will then be the next one. But let's look at a question. Write down the appropriate items for P and Z. Now there's P and there is Z. Now remember, if it's a girl, it can be a girl or a boy. So P, your answer will be boy. And then if we look at Z, it's going to be, if you don't know how, let's go to the one just above it. Girl, then a boy, and then a girl. So it's 3 children. Girl, a boy, and a girl. So now, let's follow. This is a boy. So we are having for Z, we are having a girl. After that, we are having a boy. And then to get there, we are having another boy. So it's going to be G, B, B. Determine the probability for Mr. Jonathan and his wife of getting at least 2 girls as a fraction in simplified form. Please remember, guys, probability can be written as a decimal, a fraction in simplified form, or a percentage. But you need to pay special attention to the type of answer they want. Now, these in the orange block is all the possible outcomes. Let's count. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we look at our formula for probability, it's going to be the number of successful, meaning the outcomes with 2 girls divided by the total, which is 8. So now we go and we want at least 2 girls. There's 3, there's 2, there's 2, 2 girls, 1, 1, and nothing. So how many successful? 1, 2, 3, 4, because remember that is 2 boys. So it's going to be 4 over 8, and that is 1 over 2. Let me just write it properly. So it's going to be 1 over 2 because it is a simplified form as a fraction. And that is how you attempt a question like this. Let's look at another one. Determine the probability for Mr. Jonathan and his wife of getting a boy, then a girl, and then a boy as a percentage. Now remember, we always start with our formula. There is 8 possible answers, and we want a boy, then a girl, and then a boy. So it's not going to be that one. Look for the successful ones. Boy, girl, boy. Yes, that's what we want. No and no. It needs to be in the specific order. So it's going to be 1 over 8. And then you multiply by 100 to get your answer as a percentage. Let's look at the last examples. The diagram shows the drawing of the floor plan of a low-cost house. Study the floor plan and answer the questions that follow. Okay, so we can see there is 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and then this will be your living area, your kitchen, and your dining area, and it's kind of open plan. Sorry for scratching. Identify the feature you will find upon entering the bathroom. So now there is 2 bathrooms. Usually they will specify which one, but in this case, because they didn't, let's look at both. If you enter this one, you will find the sink. And then if you enter from this one, you will find a toilet. So that is the 2 things that you will find upon entering the respective bathrooms. Write down the number of windows facing southwards. Now remember, the moment there is no compass rose, the top of the page is always north. So facing south will be these. So it's going to be 1. That's a door. And then 2. It's a sliding door. You can see there's a difference between the way they show that and this. So therefore, there's 2 windows that is shown on the southern side. Determine the length of the interior bathroom wall, excluding the door that is not given, if the door takes up a space of 860 millimeters. So now we look at this bathroom, and the whole length is 2250, and then you will just take the door out, so you will subtract, and that is how you will get it. Because remember, the distance here is the same as the distance there, and they gave us the distance of this wall, so it's going to be the same there, But now it's going to be 2250 minus 860. Please read carefully from a map. I hope you enjoyed this segment. Let's take a break. I'll see you just now.